Holy shit, that put in 72 liters of gas. XC60 project here today, and today we're in Tallahassee, and we're just filling her up with gas. This is the first time I've ever put gas in her, and the fuel gauge on her doesn't work that well. So yeah, this is only interesting. But anyway, what's up guys, it's the XC60 project with weekly update number 3. What's new is I bought a new car, a 2001 Volvo S60 with 400,000 kilometers for $500, and it came with a box of parts worth over $800. But yeah, so we're just filling her up right now, and then later today she goes to Mark 5 Automotive for an alignment because she pulls really hard to the right, and they're also going to a 100-point inspection to see if there's anything that hasn't been noticed, like I haven't noticed or anything with her. The things that do need replacing on her, like since I've bought her, are the new heater cool, rear evap hose, power steering hose. It needs new brakes, but part of the parts that were included were heater cool, evap hose, and power steering hose. And then I have coolant spark plugs, VVT solenoid, especially the gasket because it leaks oil from the VVT solenoid gasket. So I just bought a new solenoid and a new gasket, so we're going to put that in. But spark plugs, coolant, power steering fluid, transmission fluid, all that stuff to do a proper tune-up. Holy shit, that put in 72 liters of gas. This thing must have been really, oh my god, okay. It's a lot of gas. I don't think I've ever seen one of these cars take this much gas. And we're at 73, okay. Well, nothing's leaking from underneath, so that's a good sign. So earlier, I'm gonna go and drop it off at Mark 5 Automotive, and then tonight I'll get the results back from the 100-point inspection to see what needs to be done to her. So yeah. So I am just about to be on my way to Mark 5 Automotive for a 100-point inspection and a wheel alignment, if it can be done, on Tallahassee. What do I expect? So this is going to decide the fate of Tallahassee, I guess. But what do I expect from this 100-point inspection? Well, so there's a stain on the driver's side carpet in the footwell because the heater core is leaking and that needs replacing, and I have the part for that. There's a engine light for a rear evap hose leak in the rear, which I have the hose for. When you open the hood, there's oil all over the head of the engine, which is for the VVT solenoid and gasket, which I got from Rock Auto, which I now have. And then there's also a power steering leak from the low pressure hose, and I also have that part because that was one of the parts that came with the car. The handbrake doesn't work at all, if it barely works, so there's going to be that. I believe the thermostat needs replacing, and that's like $6 on Rock Auto because the car, so in the R, the temp gauge is always in the middle, like that's the optimal. This one varies a lot. It's always one notch between the middle, and then it will just randomly go up. It won't ever overheat. It will just go up and then it will go back down randomly. So there's that. I don't know if they can figure that out from a 100-point inspection or not, but I know that's something that needs to be done. The brakes all the way around, I'm pretty sure need replacing. The front rotors were drilled and slotted. Now they're just drilled because the slots have been worn even with the rotor. What else am I missing? So there'll be brakes, and then there'll be tires because those are cooked, so it will need new tires, but I'm going to wait on those. I would not be surprised if the front struts needs replacing. I would also not be surprised if in the front passenger side wheel stuff, a ball joint or something like that needs to be replaced or is broken because it pulls so hard on that side. For the rear, I wouldn't be surprised if a tie rod or anything like that needs replacing because there's a squeak in the rear when you kind of like get out and you kind of move the car a bit. So I think they're going to find some stuff, and I think a bit of the stuff I already know about. But other than that, I'm pretty sure it's going to be all right. And obviously if it's like so much stuff, Tallahassee might just be no more, but we'll find out. I'm hoping for the best. I would not be surprised though if they find quite a few other things like I mentioned, but we're going to find out. Probably get the results tonight from that, get the car back tonight, and I'll share it. So I dropped off Tallahassee at Mark 5. They're probably going to have her for the rest of the day, but I did pick up, I also gave the custom engine mount I had made to Mark 5 so they could press the poly bushing and the sleeve into the bushing itself so that it's all one unit. So they did that, and it looks really good. If you go check out my Instagram page, it will be posted there. It's a blue mount with the bushing in the middle. That one replaces the lower engine mount here, and as far as I know, I'm the only one to have done something like that, and it's entirely custom, so that's a big step for this car and the P3 platform in general. I'm gonna do a bit of work, and then we'll go pick up Tallahassee later in the day, and we will see what the fate of Tallahassee is. So today we picked up Tallahassee from Mark 5 Automotive after the 100-point inspection. They were unable to do an alignment, and we'll go over that. Tonight I started installing my IPD USA upper torque mount for the XC60, and I also got a bunch of plates and bolts powder coated in blue and yellow because they're Swedish colors, which I'm also installing. And then a couple of very good friends of mine popped by, and we ended up talking, so I didn't get very far done in that. That was a lot more fun than installing it. So it did not pass the 100-point inspection. We're gonna go over this. I also ordered some car parts tonight for Tallahassee. So the windshield was cracked, which was pretty obvious. Front tires are worn out. Knew that. I'm gonna wait until fall to get new front tires. It idles and runs rough, and they recommended a tune-up, which, yeah, I knew that too. I knew it ran rough, and I was under the impression it was due to the IPD USA poly torque mount, or the upper engine mount. Heavy oil leaks in engine bay. That's from the VVT solenoid gasket, because I hope that's what it's from, so we're going to do that. The exhaust hangers are broken. I'm just going to try to see if I can drive in an exhaust shop and see if they can quickly fix that. The coolant is too concentrated. I haven't even touched that, so I'm gonna, when I do the drain, I'm obviously gonna have to fix that. The power steering hose is leaking. That I have the part for. Brake pulsation recommends replacing pads with rotors. That's what I thought. So I ordered new rotors and front pads and parking brake shoes because I have all that stuff already. Right front lower ball joint, I ordered IPD USA HD ball joints. Left front strut leaking, that I'm not going to worry about because I have a surprise for this car. Front control arm bushings, going to wait for those until I get new tires, or at least close to then. The glove box drop down tab is broken on the left side. I don't care about that. And the left side low beam is burnt out. Apparently it's loose, so I haven't checked that. And the lower engine mount and dog bone mount are worn out. So I got that. I bought those I bought an engine mount with the cable on it from Rock Auto, and the polyurethane transmission mount from IPD USA. I also got all the thermostat stuff from Rock Auto. Overall it was like $510 Canadian. So that's that. That is the fate of Tallahassee. Tallahassee lives so far. I do have a surprise for this car. I don't know when that surprise will actually come into play and happen, but just know there is a surprise happening. Something unlike everything with the S60. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Comment and subscribe, and stay tuned for more weekly updates. This weekend I'll be posting more videos working on the XC60 and tuning up the S60. So yeah, thank you.